Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July the 13th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. Please do say hello in the chat. Good morning, Miles. Quickly, we'll take a look at this, at crude. Just another minute to go before the market opens. Possible get in sync long on the YM. And a possible get in, I like to know that one stopped out. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Robert. Russell noisy. Anyway, crude, 9 o'clock start. We have a trade at 8.50 that is gets in sync, so we're short at 8.50. That comes down close to money management, misses it, comes back up. We get a long setup, but that's a stop and reverse, so that'll be adjusted to 61. Come back down, hit money management and target 1. So that is going to be a one and done session. 14 tick target 1, 1 tick on the, actually we might have gotten a little bit more than that. Let's see. Yeah, we'd have stopped out at 53 no matter whichever. So 1 tick on the stop out, and we are in. Market is open, and it. What did it do here? It looks like it set up a short before start time that went to. So we are flat, and there is our trade short. Make it 07. Since it spiked to the entry, and definitely too fast to have traded. Soybeans takes a long that was too fast to trade as well. This trade hit target 1, so that's off the table as well. That was too fast to trade, so soybeans is flat. That was the last potential trade. Unleaded picks up a long, and long on the YM. 633. Hitting target 1. We should have, we've got several bars there. So. Yeah, plenty of time to get in that. So the stop is at break even. We've hit target 1 for 22 ticks. And a long trade on the Russell. And a pullback there. Looks like that's definitely a probability to get in that trade with a long bar there. Hitting money management 54.8 for the stop. Bigger trade, so it had actually already, and stopping out at 54.8. So a break even on the long trade. and a long setup on soybeans. Looks like it came right to the entry. I'd push that up a tick if you're not already in it. 52 1/4. YM was one and done. And now, hey, a quick short there. That I would say is probably avoidable, and has hit the stop now, so it is off the table. So no trade there. Pound Aussie had a trade set up at 831.28. I did not participate in that trade because at that time the spreads were running around five pips. That's too much for the size trade that we're dealing with on this, so I didn't participate in that trade. So trade I'm in is this short is our first trade of the day. And by the time that trade came around, the spreads had normalized back to about 3.5 pips. So as I said, long stop and reverse to short, that's actually going to be at 484 because of the stop and reverse and key level adjustments. Plenty of time to get in it. Hit target 1 traders and target 2 hit. Target 1 was worth 25 or 24. Target 2 was worth 41. Our loss was 518. Good morning, Arizona Bob. 518 to 484. So 16 and 18, 30, 34 ticks, 34 pips times 5 positions. That's 170 pips. So we've got work to do. Or 170 ticks. No, I'm sorry, 2 positions. So just 68. Wrong market. So we've got 41 there, and we stop out at 471. So 13 and 41 is 54. So it's still down 14 for target 2, and a bit more for target 1. But then we get another long trade. Definitely get into that one. That one is at the nominal entry. So that hits targets 1 and 2. Target 1 gets 44. That's probably going to get it positive. Target 2 is 68. Definitely we get target 2 positive. And we trail all the way up to just over target 2 at 542. Target 2 was 541. So yeah, 69 ticks on the trailer, and that will get both target 1 traders and target 2 traders POQ. Okay, soybeans didn't trigger that adjusted trade, then came short at 48.50, 48 and a half, not adjusting because I didn't enter because of the adjustment, the long. That comes back for a stop and reverse. We mark it out at 51 and a quarter, or we mark it out as soon as that bar closes, and it comes back down in the same second to our entry. So then down further. So we may have had a chance to actually put our stop and reverse order in. So we stop and reverse to long right there, and looks like we hit touch target 1. But that's only 5 ticks. So actually our money management is up here because of the stop and reverse adjustment. And so we've got to go to target 2. So we are long there on soybeans. Let's go to micro NQ. That trade is too early and gone too far to get in sync with. Pound Aussie doing nicely. Get it pushing down toward money management. Another break-even trade on the micro Russell that I didn't notice until just now. And we get a probably avoidable, but we can take a look at that short in just a minute. So the YM is one and done. Soybeans on its second trade, we went 48.50 to 51 and a quarter. So 2 3/4 points. 11 tick loss times 4 positions, 44 ticks. And we just hit money management and came back to a 1 tick break even. So 4 ticks on the break even trade leaves us down 40 and waiting for a new trade. And Pound Aussie going through the target 1. So bring your stops to break even on that. Break even plus 1 tick. Don't forget to adjust for spread. Looking like about 3.5 pips at the moment. Since the exit of the short trade is the buy side. All right, the Russell giving us a long trade that is slightly more than break even. And now in a short trade that has hit money management and is trying to work its way down. Soybeans now in a short that's taking heat. We'll have to see where that goes. Break even on the micro Russell into the long now. And there is money management there, so there's going to be at least a break even here. Got to get to target 3 on this, on the Russell to take profit. Pound Aussie trying to work its way down to target 2 now, needing to push through the session low at 0.185. Micro in hand. We did get target 3 and a cut about 2 ticks on the trailer on the micro Russell. So that's one win. Let's go back and see what we did here, because I think we may have our 6 trades in. 1 break even, 2 break evens. I'm assuming that's a no trade. 3rd break even. Another no trade. 4th break even plus a tick, so 2 ticks there. 5th break even, and yeah, trade number 6 is a win, and that ends the session. On the micro Russell. All right, soybeans in trade number 3. We have a stop and reverse loss for 44 ticks, a break even for 4 ticks, so we're 40 ticks down in trade number 3, and needing to push down through the 50 EMA to get anything done with this trade. Just watching it go. Micro NQ still in the long trade that was prior to our start time. Micro NQ and the Micro Russell both setting session highs. YM is just off of session highs, setting a new session high just after market open. And it looks like we're within a pip of target 2 at 9017. We got to 178 on the pound Aussie, so almost to target 2. That would have been a possible opportunity to trade for profit. 046 for the stop, so that put with spread adjust, that puts the exit order at 0495. And it's possible I could tighten that up a half a pip, although it's still bouncing a couple of pips beyond 3 every once in a while. So yeah, we'll leave that at 3.5 pips for the spread adjustment. The soybean short, pound Aussie short. Everything else is done. Waiting for the 10 a.m. crude mini session in about a little less than 10 minutes. Except for the Micro NQ, which is still waiting for its first trade. Stop moving down to 042. On the pound Aussie. Bouncing off of that session low, getting close to target 2. So just watching the active trades at the moment. Pound Aussie on the bottom right, soybeans on the bottom left. I'm sorry, soybeans on the bottom right, pound Aussie on the bottom left. Waiting for a trade setup on the Micro NQ in the bottom center. And waiting for the 10 a.m. crude mini session on crude in the top center. Pound Aussie trying to make another push down to test that session low. It was rejected the first time. That market is reluctant to move down beyond that, but higher lows and lower lows and lower highs. So looks like still tending downward. Looks like it may try to consolidate here a bit before going one way or the other. Soybeans challenging the stop at 53 flat, one tick away. Pound Aussie stop moving down another pip. To 041, that puts our exit at 44.5 and puts us in positive territory even after spread. And moving down again to 38. And the micro NQ stopping out of its early trade, so we'll look for a new setup there. And the the soybeans trade did stop out. Pound Aussie still in consolidation mode. $2.20 to our 10 a.m. session. What was that loss on soybeans? 13 tick risk times 4, 52 ticks. We're down 92, so we got some work to do on soybeans. New soybeans long setup. Another purple trade. That's interesting. A purple long followed by, or purple short followed by a purple long. under 2 minutes to the crude mini session. Coming down to 36 for the stop on the pound Aussie. That's 10 pips on the system, less 3.5 pips times 4, or times 5. Yeah, times 4, because we've already gotten one target. So 6.5 pips times 4 positions. $26 pips. Sitting in the trailer after we got target 1 was 20 less spread, so call it 17. This is not a bad trade. And we are in our 10 a.m. crude session. In a prior long trade from well before our start time has gone way too far to get in sync with. That's actually gone through target 4, trailing up beyond target 4. Setting a new session high at 76.41. And the pound Aussie stopping out. And that will be one and done. So soybeans did trigger into the long. Now is taking heat on that one, testing the 50 EMA again. Short trade on crude. $76.19, definitely in the trade. If you didn't get in initially, push it down a tick to 18, but still push down through that as well. Will it continue down or will it go back up? All right, micro NQ with a short. 590 flat. No trigger yet. crude short, micro NQ with a short setup that has not triggered, and soybeans is long. And now we get a stop and reverse short setup coming at 51.25. There's one close above the balance line. This crude picking up a stopping and reversing to long at the stop out at 43, hitting money management at 61, target at 63, 20 pips at target 1. Getting close to target 2. Target 2 at 75. So looks like, oh no, we hit target 2 at 75. So stop and reverse adjustment takes us from 41 to 43. We pick up 20 and 32 for 52 ticks. Our loss on the first trade was 48, so four ticks positive on the 2 trades, and POQ. Soybeans trade did cancel. That should not have even plotted the trade, I don't think. Oh, that's what it is. That was a new trade. It looks like the 20 SMA remained positive. You know, that's hybrid mode, so that should not have even been a trade. So we will stay in the long. And that's still filtered out by hybrid mode, but it would have canceled anyway with 2 closes above the balance line, or the signal line in the case of counterpunch. So soybeans and the micro NQ, the only charts still active. There's an add-on long setup, a filtered stop and reverse short. That's hybrid mode filtering out the stop and reverse again. See if we continue to find support at 50 EMA. And full loss and a long setup on the micro NQ. Triggering in. Micro NQ is now long. And soybeans is still long. Not much to watch right now. And soybeans breaking down through the 50 EMA and coming back up. I wonder if that's a little washout excursion and we'll head back higher now. That spiked down low and immediately pushed higher. But it doesn't look like it's getting away from the 20 SMA. Rejected there. Back to the 50 EMA. And loss number 2 on the micro NQ. Just messy price action at the moment all across the board. Soybeans back to the long entry. Testing the 50 EMA on soybeans again. All right, question. This is a good time for questions to see if anybody has any, because it definitely need something to fill the time while we watch these slow-moving charts. That's a fairly bullish bar. We just need to see some movement up toward, we actually got to move up through the session high to get to target. 2 add-on trades since our initial entry. Not much movement. Trend indicator on soybeans has turned negative, so we could get it stop and reverse. Have to get a bar closing below 52.5 at the moment. That's the signal line. Okay, still the same. We closed on the balance line, so no stop and reverse, but this could be it right here. Stop and reverse at 50 1/4 if it closes down. There it is. There's your stop and reverse. Still long at the moment, and a short trade on micro NQ. And bouncing up again, so just have to see where this goes. Micro NQ taking heat. This would be the third loss and end the session there. And if we end the session there, I think I'm going to probably go ahead and call it a morning. Then the only thing we'll be watching is soybeans, and now we're one tick away from the original entry, but still got the two ticks with stop and reverse. So we hit the unadjusted entry, so the stop and reverse will stay in place until we either get a new long trade, or we hit a new long entry, or we trigger into the short. And it's looking like we're going to trigger into the short. Came one tick down. And now bouncing up again. More paint drying, it looks like. More back and forth action, but not going anywhere. Still long on soybeans, short on the micro NQ. This is a little bit larger trade on the micro NQ with the tail on the wick on the setup bar. And down to within one tick of the stop and reverse to short on soybeans again. And there's the short stop and reverse to short on soybeans. So now our entry will come down there. Just a messy session right there. Have a good one, Pamela. You have a good afternoon. Getting close to evening there for you. 3:30 or 4:30 over there? 3:30, I think, if memory serves. So short on soybeans, short on micro NQ, everything else is done. Actually, everything else has gotten POQ this morning. So as messy as the action has been, we've actually gotten to POQ on everything. Soybeans looks like it's going to be a losing session, and as does micro NQ. Running long this morning. My audience is also dwindling. And now we start another move up. And this time we're pushing through the 20 SMA, so let's see if it holds. On soybeans. And trying to work down to target 1. Not quite enough to take profit at target 1. This is just getting to be a mess. I think I'm going to call it a morning, folks. This could be in another half hour, 45 minutes before either one of these resolve. We've already been in the micro NQ trade for 15 minutes. and almost 8 or 9 since we stopped and reversed, and it's still just back and forth. Yeah. Is this going to be the break? And they stop and reversed along at 53 1/4, and it just hit it. So I'm gonna basically call it a day. That's the 5th trade. That'll be the last trade on soybeans anyway, so it's going to be a losing session. You're quite welcome, Robert. You have a good day. We'll see everybody next week, Tuesday morning at 9:30. You too, Miles. Until then.